Yo, what is poppin', good people? Welcome back to another video from Emmett Trades. What's up, guys? All right, so in this video, I'm just going over what it takes to be a profitable trader versus having a gambler mentality. Sometimes these little things, bro, like I wrote down a couple things on my list here to talk about what the difference between the two is, and I forget. I see these things as such simple terms because I've been doing it for so long, but it's nice to kind of take it back and to break things down section by section and to actually show you guys what it took for me to become profitable versus what I was doing when I was gambling in the markets and not taking things seriously. So, without further ado, let's get into the video, bro. Okay, so as you guys see on my charts, I'm waiting for this trade at supply sitting up here for sales. So I'm just gonna have that sitting up just in case I do end up taking a trade. We can take one right on the video, bro. It looks like we're just melting off from this point, may not potentially retrace all the way up, take out London highs, come up into my supply and melt. We're gonna go through all of the bad ways of trading, the gambler mentality, the reason why you guys are not becoming profitable. So the first thing I want to talk about, bro, is the most detrimental reason why people don't become profitable. How do I know this? Because this is what was prolonging my journey while I was trying to become profitable, bro. And it is switching strategies. Every single time you go through a losing streak and nothing crazy, it's always like 3 to 5 losses. You guys are following your strategy. You just went through all these YouTube videos and you're looking everything up and say, okay, now I want to take the strategy to the next level. Let me go ahead and start sizing it up in the markets. And you guys do very well. So we'll do both scenarios. First, you guys do very well for a couple weeks, maybe a couple days, and you think you're hot shit. And so it's like, okay, I'm sticking to this. You start doing all the right things. You start journaling your trades. You start sample sizing different things within this market. And then all of a sudden you guys start to lose and you hit, 4 or 5 losses in a trade. And instead of going back to your journal and look at all these trades and trying to sample size as to why this happened, what you guys are doing is just writing off the strategy that it just doesn't work, bro, because you shouldn't be losing a couple times in a row. And it's just prolonging your route to success, bro. It takes time. I cannot teach you guys something that I've learned over the course of years within the matter of 3 or 4 live streams, and then you can just go apply it and everything is going to be roses for the next couple of years. It takes a lot of sample sizing and to make it unique to you. You know what I'm saying? I give you guys the foundation, and then you have to tweak it to fit you, whether it's your schedule, your type of trading. All of these things come into play when it comes to becoming profitable. So, biggest tip before we get into any other of these reasons, bro, is just to stick to one strategy. And when things go astray and things start not going well, make sure you guys are going back, looking through your journal and seeing what you could have done differently for that trade to have worked out. Now, if you guys are just getting obliterated in the markets for a couple months, and when I say a couple months, I'm saying like 3 to 6 months, bro, of not doing well and not getting any leeway at all, then it's like, okay, things take time, bro. Again, I just want to drill that in your head is I cannot teach you something that took me years to learn within the course of a couple of days, and you're going to be able to apply it and everything is going to be correct right away. You need to sample size until you get to the point where I'm at, which is a higher win percentage. When I first started Supply and Win, I didn't have as high of a win percentage as I have now. There's different additives I take and things I see in the market blindly, which you guys probably can't even see just because I'm so accustomed looking at the same thing every single day. Experience obviously takes time, bro. Okay, so number 2 on my list is revenge trading, bro. This is a big one as well. Like as soon as you guys lose, okay, let's go ahead and say we hopped into these cells sitting right here since we have it up. We put our stops above the zone sitting right here. We're going down to chase London lows and we get taken out. And instead of just accepting that for the day, understanding your strategy is profitable when you use your strategy, you guys start to revenge trade and you start to see things that aren't there because you need to make that money back for the day. And that is an account killer, bro. And that's why we always try to bring you guys into, which is our also third downfall, which is over trading, is to take a set amount of trades per day. It doesn't have to be forever. You guys can up your trades after you understand what you're doing, and you're only seeing high probability setups instead of just seeing every setup at the point once you lose. then you can start potentially taking more trades. But at first, bro, take 1 to 2 trades per day. If you lose one trade, out of there to the next day. If you win one trade, okay, you can take another trade. And then if you win one, lose one, or win-win, that is it for the day. We don't need to risk any more profits. You are already up for the day. And this minor, tiny tweak, bro, will help you guys out so much from revenge trading or over trading your account. And then our fourth rule, as far as having a gambler mentality, is heightening your lot sizes after a loss, bro, which I know a lot of you guys are big at. So, okay, let's say we go ahead and hop into these sales again and we put 5 lots on this trade, right? Boom. So we're coming in here. Things are looking beautiful. It's like, boom, okay, we get this reaction here. Boom, I'm in this bitch. And things are looking clean. And all of a sudden, okay, we start going back up and pow, takes you out of the trade. And instead of, like we talked about, not over trading, not revenge trading and coming back the next day, it's like, okay, bro, I can get this back because it starts coming back in the range. And not only do you guys hop back into the trade, not only do you hop back in the trade, you add in more lots than you did on the first trade so you can make back your money and then some. Instead of just trusting in the strategy, understanding probabilities of the market, you are now trading based off of emotions instead of your strategy, bro. And a big issue with some of you guys is this shit plays out, bro. You'll do it for the first, second time in a row, and it'll play out, and you'll make all your money back. And so you think you're God out here, or this is the way to make back your funds when you lose, because you guys go on Instagram and you see, oh, everybody's winning every single day. Nobody ever loses. It's not going to work in the long term, bro. Are you guys trying to gamble, or are you trying to stay here long term? If you guys take a loss for the day, get out of the markets. If you take a win for the day, get out of the markets. Enjoy the profits. Enjoy the losses. Go back and journal and see what you could have done wrong to make those losses into winners. But the key to profitable trading, which we'll kind of move into now, is no emotions, bro. And I know that's a lot harder said than done. I know a lot of you get into a trade and you have those clammy hands where you start sweating and such, but I promise you, it does go away after time. To the point where you be hopping in a trade, bro, like me, and I just don't care if I lose or win, and I mean that shit. I genuinely mean it. I hop into a trade, I don't have to worry about anything because I understand more often than not, with my edge in the market, with my strategy, I am going to win. So even if I lose today, the chances of me winning tomorrow are a lot higher than they are of me losing, and I play off of those probabilities. I don't play off of my emotions. Okay, so now stepping into a profitable trader, you have to use the same risk per trade. And there's 2 ways to do it. You guys can risk the same lot size per trade until you're ready to level up, or the same percentage of your account per trade until you're ready to level up to that next percentage. Every single trade, no matter what, because we're playing the probabilities game. So we can't risk 1% here and we win, and then risk 2% on the next trade because of this one win. And then we end up losing this guy. And then now we're down 1% to being break even, because we are over leveraging our account. It does not work that way. So use the same risk every single trade. And another big factor is higher risk to reward. Now, it's okay if we're going to a 1-to-1 and we're putting stops to break even, because capital preservation, which is another one of our rules, is a big part of being profitable. It's protecting your capital at all times. And so if we hop into this trade, we come up here, we hop in and hit TP1 hits. Great, put your stops to break even. So it's a risk-free trade. If we come back up, we lose money. But if we go back down, we make even further money. And a big trick to staying in this game when you guys hit a losing streak is having higher R to R. Okay, and what's the reason for that? Well, if you took 3 trades here, we'll just copy these, okay? We got 1, 2, 3 trades here, okay? We have 2 of them, which were L, okay? So we lost. Third one, we actually end up winning, except these 2 losses, we only lost 1%. We only lost 1%, but this third one, we held our full R to R to take out these London lows for a 1-to-3. Now, all of a sudden, we take out both of these losses that cancel out, and we're still up 1%, even though our win percentage is only sitting at 30% right here. It is very key to have a higher risk to reward. You guys are still going to go through losing streaks, and the thing that is going to save you is by having a higher risk to reward. Okay, let's move on to our next rule, which is high probability setups only, bro. I have 4 rules that need to line up every single day before I take a trade. And if just one of them is off, one of my 4 rules, I just don't take the trade. I don't get excited for a trade that follows on my 4 rules and I lose, but then the setup up here only follows 3 of my rules. And it's like, okay, let me go ahead and just hop into this bitch so I can get my money back. I just don't do that. I know probabilities are on my side if I take my 4 rule trades. And if I don't take my 4 rule trades, more often than not, I will lose. It's just as simple as that, bro. And another big reason here is if you guys take a loss, bro, make sure you're sample sizing. Okay. This goes back to switching strategies, sample sizing. Okay. So if I lost this trade right here, say I didn't have out this high marked up and I lost this trade sitting up here. Okay. Just a nice little supply setup. And then it's like, okay, but what could I have done differently to potentially not have lost this trade? And I start sample sizing minor things, whether it's like, okay, maybe I need to find out where people's stop losses at. I know these are London highs right here, so we have a lot of stop losses sitting here. Maybe if I would have just waited for these to be taken out before hopping into the trade, maybe this would have helped me out. And you sample size through back testing. And once you kind of get that aha moment, and remember, this is still within the foundation of your strategy, bro. When I say sample size, I don't mean going to pick multiple strategies and trying to figure out which one is best for you. This is already for people who already have their foundation. You need to sample size things within that foundation to increase your win percentage. Sample size, sample size, sample size, sample size. And once you guys start to get the click of things, then it's time to bring it over to live funds and to see if you can get your emotions in control with the strategy you've been sample sizing. Well, how do you get better emotions? How do you gain more confidence? Obviously, by winning for one, and two, spending more time on the charts to understand your strategy through and through. So any situation that you guys hop on the chart, you know exactly what's going on. I hop on every single day, bro, when I wake up for session, and I know exactly what I'm looking for. 100%. I have no discrepancies. I don't, I'm not confused on anything. And anytime I have a mixed bias in the markets, which is just one of my rules, then I just don't trade that pair, bro. I'll go to the next pair. So again, you're going to gain confidence by through and through understanding your strategy. Every last bit of that strategy. If A scenario pops up, I know what to do. If B scenario pops up, I know what to do. If C scenario pops up, I know what to do. And if not, you guys need to go back to the drawing board and really become in tune with your strategy before you bring live capital into it. You need to get your emotions in check with your strategy. And then our last, most favorite, beautiful fucking rule of becoming a profitable trader is taking your money out, bro. Some of you guys get so infatuated with the growth that, because you only have $100 account, you made $30, so you don't want to withdraw. You're never going to actually feel what it feels like to become profitable and what it feels like to feel accomplished because you've actually making money out of the markets until you take that money out. It is all fake if it is just sitting in there, bro. So make sure at any point, if you guys have a huge increase on your account, to take that money out and start back from a basis. If you're trading with the prop firm and you make 3-4K for the month, take that money out and start back at your basis. Because at the end of the day, if you guys actually know what you're doing, if you're able to do it once, you can do it 100 times over. And there's no need to keep all of this money into your account and not pay yourself for all of your hard work. You worked hard, go treat yourself, bro. But if you guys follow all of these things for, the same thing, 3 to 6 months, and you're sticking to your strategy, and you're only taking high probability setups, and you're looking for that higher R to R, and you're taking the same risk per trade, you're going to build up a ton of data to understand where you stand at in the markets. But secondly, I could almost guarantee you guys will become profitable. These are all the steps that it takes as far as my journey to becoming profitable. And the reason why I know what gambler mentality is so well is because that's where I was at for multiple years before I jumped into actually making money in the markets. So pay attention. But that's all for this video, guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And I have new videos coming out every Friday. I know I missed last Friday. I was on vacation, bro, but we're back now, back at it harder than ever, as you know. And I appreciate you guys. All love. See you in the next video.